Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account. We did a stream a little bit earlier today. We're going to be looking at some furniture, going to be looking at a couple of heroes, but this is something that I've only experienced twice. That is right, guys. Twice in my YouTube or my AFK Arena journey have I actually seen this. So this will be the third time as of today. Lyrical Exploration, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick up this. So we got our Labyrinth bosses down. We're going to get some more Chest of Wishes, which means we're going to be able to collect our chest in here, guys. There it is. Out of here, honestly, looking at the lineup, pretty sad part on Lilith. But overall, guys, there are really maybe Peanut, maybe a one-off with building out a star. But overall, we want to pick Flora out of here just because of the Celestial Tower. Also, the stall team. A couple different avenues where we really want to do and see that hero. Now, within the rickety cart, that is right, guys, we can revert the copy of Flora we have, which gives us 3 copies of Flora. Like I said before, that guys, this is the third time that I've ever done this with Wukong and Flora, so I can actually replace a hero in here. I'm going to put Liberta in here. I'm going to swap all 3 of these. That is right, guys, and I'm going to tell you exactly why we're building them out, but I'm going to replace it right here. Replace surplus heroes with Liberta. That is right. After surplus heroes have been replaced by the desired tier target hero, any gold experience hero essence shall be returned. Now, this only happens when you have a hero at 5 stars. I have Wukong and I have Flora already at 5 stars. So once you do have them at 5 stars, you can go ahead and swap this. There is a new copy, guys. Now, in addition, when you look at the stones, if you are lucky enough to get a Celestial or a Hypogean hero, you will not get a hero that is already at 5 stars. Lilith essentially, and we've tested this quite a bit, but Lilith will exclude them from being here, meaning you cannot stockpile copies the regular way. If I got Flora, if I got Wukong to swap them out in the future, you're not going to have the ability to actually get the copies out of there, which again is kind of by design the way that they've looked at this. Now, a lot of players were also asking about the furniture and the logic behind strengthening furniture. But before we get into that, guys, we have a couple hearts in here. I want to do a summon for Liberta. I know we have a couple more days till Jerome is up, but I'm hoping that we can get some diamonds out of there. We still have another 3 days, but we're looking to get one more copy of Liberta. And the reason being, guys, when it comes to heroes, when it comes to your Celestials and Hypogeans, he is by far number 1. Of course, the Awakened Heroes, you can look at Athalia, you can look at Belinda, but when it comes to a just regular hero that is non-awakened, he is number 1 in damage in so many different game modes. So I'm hoping with 31 cards that we're going to have the ability to pull one more copy of him, guys. I would like to save some of those diamonds up there, but I want to supplement the copy that we just got with another copy of Liberta, and we might actually go through and burn them all trying to get another copy, which it looks like we're going to. And there we go, guys. So we got another copy in there. Now, of course, most of these heroes I do not take past the very basic build, meaning 1 star. Liberta, we're going to add 2 stars. And again, we're going to talk about a little bit more why I'm doing this. So 2 stars right there. Now, he is engraved, which is a very, very strong point to note. With him being engraved, that gives him additional abilities right here. So crit damage resistance, as you can see right here, CDR +6. So that means the crit is going to be lower that he is taking within AFK Arena. That is really, again, a big part that we want to remember is just adding a couple more stars. Not only is it adding stats across the board, but it is also adding that crit damage resistance, which is what we're looking right here, 20.4. As we continue to do this, the survivability of him will actually go up. And of course, the big place that is used right now is the treasure scramble, guys. So I've actually went through, as you can see, I was 90 something a little bit earlier. We're at 82 right now. So going through and building these heroes up just a little bit further, it seems like little by little, especially when it comes to the beast, does make a difference. Now, also with the oak in, and again, we talked about the furniture a little bit earlier today, but looking at the furniture that we have for these heroes, we have actually went through and strengthened some of the furniture that we have right here for Liberta. And the reason being, when you look at the furniture, guys, large room, all the furniture is normal. Medium room, it's all normal. Small room, these are all sitting at a +1. Now with the furniture itself, and a lot of players do not know this, you can actually strengthen the furniture up to a +3 on every single piece of furniture, which is the reason why essentially with a hero, you can add plus 36 furniture. If you're building them out, you can add a ton of furniture on these heroes. Now, building this up to the +1 or even using another piece to take it to a +2 is stacking haste on this hero, which is the reason why we are building them out much further, is we want to stack haste on this hero. Now, the downside to this, or the flip side of this, is if you're building up furniture for a hero that is no longer used, you're pretty much SOL, guys, because the hero essentially will no longer be used. So the furniture that you kind of built up will not have much of a use at all. Now, I'm still looking for Ivan. Got another piece for Athalia, which means that, of course, with the strengthening of the furniture, we're actually building out Liberta a little bit higher. We're building out the awakened version of Athalia right there, and we are also building out the awakened version of Belinda. So this does give us the ability to strengthen another piece of furniture. And again, we're going to continue building out this one specifically to get that crit rate up, and the physical pierce is also in there. So we're going to go ahead and strengthen this with the extra piece that we got, essentially taking the awakened version of Athalia. And if you look right here, guys, has 13 of 36 furniture, which is the build that we're looking for to take them a little bit higher. And again, Athalia, really, really a strong hero. Same with Liberta. Ivan, again, we're trying to get a little bit higher. Also with Lucila and Naruko, we want to build them out a little bit further. We just need Poe coins, guys. These Poe coins we have literally been looking for forever, but that does take us at 893 pieces of red furniture. Now, another question that we got over on the live stream is, why would we not build the furniture out for heroes such as Lucius, such as, Gwen? They're not used, guys. Even when you look at tower formations, a majority of those tower formations that we see, we are actually not using the heroes in there. And here's Liberta giving us some more resources out of there, again, based on the build. But a lot of heroes, they said, why would you go, for instance, looking at our 13 of 36 furniture, why would we not build up 9 of 9 on a couple other heroes in here like Belinda? I'm looking at Hendrik. Again, short of the tower, and if they're used somewhere in the tower, is really only the place, guys. When you look at the tier of heroes or the place that we're actually at this account to really be competitive, I have to build out the heroes much further, because even when you start looking into, the Cursed Realm, the Nightmare Corridor, even looking at the Treasure Scramble, guys, when you look at leaderboards, everybody is maxed out in their entirety. You'll see nothing but shiny stars usually in a majority of these players because of where we're at. So looking at here, we're in region 21. There's a lot of regions down here, guys. So as you go essentially lower in the regions, because the accounts are older, chances are they have a lot more stronger heroes. Look at that. So stars all the way across the board, because I've been playing AFK Arena for a lot longer than I have over on the YouTube account, which means, again, that we're going to have a lot of stronger accounts in region 21, then in 30, then in 40, so on and so forth, to really build them out. Now, we also went through, guys, and we recycled a lot of heroes in here. So even looking here at Hogan, like I've said before, I keep 2 legendary plus copies of every hero, of the faction. So right here we have Hogan, but we keep and we carry 2 legendary plus of the fodder heroes, because if a new hero and when a new hero comes out, we are going to have the ability to utilize those heroes. Even here, we don't have enough food, and here we do. So I'm going to use the same. I'm going to use a copy of Naru in there and Kelthar. We're going to build this up a little bit further with our legendary plus. Now, this again goes back to the rickety cart, guys. We have 1 copy of Hogan. We're good there. We have 3 here, so 1 of these are going to be recycled. We have 2 here, saving those. 1, 2, we have 3 here, so 1 of those are going to be recycled, giving us 46,000 hero coins. That is right, guys. Looking at the store, we bought out the stones. Boom, 1,000 Twisted Essence. This is going to give me another 2 levels on my tree, guys, which again, when you look at the competitive nature of the Treasure Scramble, different parts, this is where we're farming and putting up all of our resources. So this, I believe, is going to max us out 197. So 187 is our cap. So both of those are going to be maxed out. Then we have to add another 2 levels on Dura Celerity or the Ranger tree. Then we can go back to the support and the tank or the fortitude and the substance to build these out, guys. But you can see the Elder tree is being stacked in here, again, based on a lot of different things. And this has a massive, massive impact. Don't underestimate the impact that we see of this when it comes to different game modes. Because even looking here, like in the Hellscape, because you have so many teams. I cannot stress that enough, guys, because there are so many teams in here. When you start looking at the different classifications of building out the warriors, building out the mages, building out the support heroes, it gets stronger and stronger and has an amplification effect. Even when you're building these out, adding the engraving, they're percentage based. Then you put, additional attributes on there. You just continue stacking stats on stats on stats with the multiplication factor that we do see in AFK Arena. Now, looking in here, guys, I think I'm going to have to get a copy, or I'm going to use the trial version, see if I can score a little bit higher, because in here, this is Trishia. So for Trishia, because I do not have her built out to where she needs to be, I actually hop in, and I recommend you doing the same, guys. Short-term heroes, I borrow copies of Trishia. I borrow copies of a few different heroes in here, and it looks like Ghostly Visit right here. I'm looking at Sono Res 250, or 2,500 million. So we'll go Sono Res, and then we'll go in there. And you can see, guys, some of these are based on the artifact that they have equipped. And some of them, like right here, Sono Res does not have an artifact equipped, meaning that if this one is given to us, it will not come with an artifact, which again, the competitive nature of AFK Arena, you want to make sure that you're building them out. You'll also notice that between these two, there can be a difference as well, because this does not have the 9 of 9 furniture where this Trishia does, or the engraving when you actually get into here might be a little bit different, might be higher than 60 or lower than 60. And I don't know why they just don't put these kind of in order, like 80, 2802. That means the engraving on here has to be, there we go, guys, 67 engraving on here. So if Ghostly Visit lets us borrow the hero, that is probably going to be the strongest one that we're going to borrow as far as the Mercenary in here. And then, of course, guys, make sure you're doing this over a multitude of game modes. So even in here, guys, I usually borrow a completely stacked out copy of Ivan. The reason being, if I'm not using Trishia, I can drop Ivan in there. Vice versa, if I'm not using Ivan and I have to use Trishia, I can actually go in there and use both of those. And of course, they're going to be much stronger than the copy that I have, just based on the build that we're seeing within these heroes. So, all right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.